number 40 of 2024. This is a bill by the leader of the majority party, which will be on the second reading. And the question is also expected to be put for this bill. This bill proposes to repeal the Pyrethrum Act Cap 340 because it is not inconsistent with the provisions of the Crops Act Cap 318, which provides for similar matters within. Therefore, address the conflict between the Act and the provisions of the Crops Act. The bill does not delegate legislative powers and does not limit fundamental rights and freedoms. The bill also does not affect the functions and powers of the county government and is therefore not a bill concerning counties within the meaning of Article 110 of the Constitution and the standing orders. The enhancement of the bill shall also not occasion additional expenditure of the public funds. So this is one of the bills that is expected to be discussed this afternoon at the floor of the House. There also will be a motion on consideration of the report on the examination of financial statements of selected state corporations. This is a motion by the Chairperson, Public Investments Committee on Commercial Affairs and Energy, that this House adopts the report of the Public Investments Committee on Commercial Affairs and Energy on its examination of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of selected state corporations. This was laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 4th June 2025, and a question is expected to be put. There also will be a motion on the consideration of the sixth report on the financial statements for the NGCDF accounts for 3 constituencies. This will be by the Chair, Decentralized Funds Account Committee, that this House adopts the sixth report of the...
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the Chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, July 31st, 2025. 1. Report on the cell, tissue, and organ transplant services in Kenya from the Ministry of Health. 2. Proposed budget ceilings for each constituency for the financial year 2025-2026 from the National Government Constituencies Development Fund Board. Honorable Speaker, this is a report that I think members of Parliament should be interested in, and we are laying this report today, and it's important that you have a look at it to know what is allocated for your constituency. And 3, report of the Auditor General and financial statements of the North Rift Technical and Vocational College, TIATI, for the year ended 30th June 2023, and certificates there. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Skip that order number 7. Go to the orders where we're putting questions. Order 8, order 9, order 10, order 11, order 12. Do first reading 13 and 14 and 15. Then we come back to statements.
Order number 8, motion. Approval of the mediated version of the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 70 of 2023. Question to be put.
Thank you. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats. Order, Sirat. What's the name of the member on his feet? Take your seat. Honorable members, I'll now put the question at order number 8, which is that pursuant to the provisions of Article 113(2) of the Constitution and Standing Order 153, this House adopts the report of the Mediation Committee on the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 70 of 2023, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 1st July 2025, and approves the mediated version of the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 70 of 2023. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 9, the Meteorology Bill, Senate Bill number 45 of 2023. Second reading, question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question at order number 9, which is that the Meteorology Bill, Senate Bill number 45 of 2023, be now read a second time. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the establishment of the Kenya Meteorological Service Authority, regulation, coordination, monitoring, management, provision, and control of meteorological services and for connected purposes.
Next.
Order number 10, the Pyrethrum Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2024. Second reading, question to be put.
Order, members. Order, Cheney. I now put the question at order number 10, which is that the Pyrethrum Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2024, be now read a second time. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 11, motion, consideration of report on the examination of financial statements of selected state corporations. Question to be put. A bill for an act of parliament to repeal the Pyrethrum Act and for connected purposes.
Next.
Order number 11, motion, consideration of report on the examination of financial statements of selected state corporations. Question to be put.
Honorable members, I'll now put the question at order number 11, which is that this House adopts the report of the Public Investments Committee on Commercial Affairs and Energy on its examination of the reports of the Auditor General and the financial statements of selected state corporations laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 4th June 2025. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 12, motion, consideration of 6th report on the financial statements for the NGCDF accounts for 3 constituencies. Question to be put.
Order, members, take your seats, the nearest seats. Honorable members, I now put the question at order number 12, which is that this House adopts the 6th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements for the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for Webuye East, Dagoretti North, and Matuga constituencies for financial years 2016-2017, 2017-2018, 2018-2019, 2019-2020, 2020-2021, and 2021-2022, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 10th April 2025. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 13, the County Government's Additional Allocations number 2 Bill, Senate Bill number 8 of 2025. First reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the additional allocations to county governments for the financial year 2025-2026, the responsibilities of national government and county governments with respect to such allocations and for connected purposes.
Thank you. Hold there. Honorable members, before we go to the next order, allow me to acknowledge some of the students may have left. In the Speaker's Gallery, Alpha Junior Academy from Ainapkoi, Uasin Gishu, Karima Secondary School from Deya, Kirinyaga. In the Public Gallery, St. Mary's School from Ainapkoi, Uasin Gishu, Yanga Primary School from Kinangop, Nyandarua, Mitamayo Primary School from Naivasha, Nakuru, Testai Primary School from Rongai, Nakuru, Gracious School from Bahati, Nakuru. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Next order.
Order number 14, the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bill number 9 of 2025. First reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the equitable allocation of revenue raised nationally among the county governments for the 2025-2026 financial year, the responsibilities of national and county governments pursuant to such allocation and for connected purposes. Order number 15, the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bill number 14 of 2024. First reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for a contributory pension scheme for members of county assemblies, establish a county assemblies pensions fund for the payment of or granting of pensions or retirement benefits to members of county assemblies and for connected purposes.
Order number 3.
Order number 3, messages.
Sarah, where is the message? On Tuesday. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So go to order number 7. When you are distracting my clerks, go to order number 7.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Yes, Owen?
Sorry, I seem to be disturbing your clerks, Honorable Speaker.
You are not disturbing, you are just distracting.
Distracting.
Yes.
But I'm looking for that order number 15 in the supplementary that we have.
Order number
15. On the
the
supplementary.
County Assembly's Pension Scheme.
But
Bill.
this one that we have reads consideration of the Public Finance Management, Public Officers Medical Fund Regulations.
That is order number 16.
But this is, that one for pensions is not in the order paper that
Do
we
you have the supplementary order paper?
Unless, Mr. Speaker, there are several supplementary which we need
It's
to
only
be
one. I approved only one. Can you come and cross-check with mine?
Yeah.
Yes, can you harmonize that? So let's go to order number 7, statements. Request for statements, Francis Sigei. Yes, Nzengu, Mwingi North. What's your point of order? Hold, Ambassador. Go ahead, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I raise understanding order 43, which is to discuss a matter of, to ask the House to discuss a matter of national importance. And this is the reference to the NGCDF funds. Mr. Speaker, in most of the constituencies, the monies were disbursed and the money is sitting idle in the bank. It's not helping the communities because of the new EGP government procurement system, where the requirement is that everything is done online, and the kind of system that is used under the NGCDF Act is that monies are transferred from the main CDF account to PMC accounts. The PMCs are community members who are just collected within the community members and form a committee. That committee then executes the procurement, and therefore, Mr. Speaker...
Are they collected or elected?
They're elected,
or nominated?
They are nominated by communities to form that project
there's
management.
A hell lot of difference between members collected and members nominated.
I am well guided, Sam.
Yes.
So, Mr. Speaker, my question is, since this is not an officially recognized or registered institution that can execute roles of agents of KRA and all the related requirements, we have now a stalemate where we do not know what we are going to do with the money. The money is sitting there, so I was seeking the House to discuss that matter so that we can have a way out of this stalemate. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Nzengu, the House cannot discuss your concern unless you brought a motion of adjournment. There's no motion before the House. But having consulted with the Speaker that you had a concern, I direct the Majority Leader to get hold of the Chair of NGCDF Committee to bring some message to the House. If he appears here in this afternoon before the rise of the House on what exactly is the issue, if he doesn't show up, first thing on Tuesday afternoon. Go on record.
Much obliged, Mr. Speaker. I'll do as directed.
Yes, look for your chair of NGCDF.
Oh, thank you.
Ambassador Francis Sigei Sotik.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding establishment of more junior secondary schools in Swati constituency. Honorable Speaker, school-going children in Swati constituency have been subjected to distress and suffering due to the extreme challenges encountered in accessing junior secondary schools, which are distant from their residences. This has in turn resulted in few registration of children transitioning from junior to secondary school, with some children risking their lives crossing roads and rivers to access their schools. Currently, there are 22 new permanent classrooms constructed to accommodate children transitioning to junior secondary schools, thus necessitating establishment of additional 21 junior secondary schools. This will enhance access to quality education and ensure 100% transition to junior secondary school. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1, steps being taken by the government to establish additional junior secondary schools in Soti constituency. 2, immediate measures being taken to ensure that children in Soti constituency who are at the transitions to secondary schools are not disadvantaged by lack of adequate schools. And lastly, 3,
Advantaged or disadvantaged?
disadvantaged.
Are not?
Are not disadvantaged.
You read advantaged. Now you have corrected.
Disadvantaged.
Yes.
3, Mr. Speaker, the long-term plans being put in place by government to ensure there are adequate junior secondary schools in the country, and specifically in Soti constituency. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Balozi. Chair Education. I saw Meli come in. Gisairo,
Yeah,
how soon can you respond to this?
we can do that in 2 weeks, Speaker.
In
2 weeks.
what I don't understand, Sigei, I thought junior secondary schools are an appendages to existing primary schools. Are they not? So how do you want to establish them in isolation of your existing primary schools? But it's up to you. Let's hear what Gisairo and
Mr. Speaker,
will respond.
Mr. Speaker, these junior secondary schools are approved by the ministry. They must be approved.
Okay.
And therefore, I have written to the ministry
Yes.
on the schools which I recommend for registration.
Yes.
And I am seeking that statement from the ministry.
Gisairo, 2 weeks?
Yes, Speaker, and I do understand what he's saying. It's not all primary schools that actually have junior school. Some were not approved. So I
But
understand.
all junior secondary schools are appendages to
Domiciled,
existing
yes.
primary schools.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Oundo? What is
Speaker, I just wanted also the Education Committee riding on the same.
You want to joyride?
Yes, to clarify on a matter that seems to be gaining some currency in the most rural schools.
Yes.
Is it junior secondary schools, is it primary schools, or are they called comprehensive schools under the leadership of the head of institution? See, now they're no longer calling themselves head teachers, they're calling the schools comprehensive schools, they're calling themselves head of institutions. You know, there's too much confusion. So whereas you bring the answer to the question or to the request for statement, do us a favor and clarify so that we do not misinterpret or make reference to the head, to the teachers that seems to demean their elevated titles now. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Gisairo, can you add that?
Thank you, Speaker. We'll add that, but I would like to say that we have junior school and not comprehensive schools. And also, the head is the head of institution, but we'll have that in the response.
Farah Yakub, MP for Fafi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, sir, pursuant to Standing Order 44, 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the status of the Lamu Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia transport herein Lapset Corridor Project, especially in Garissa County. Honorable Speaker, the Lapset Corridor Project has been touted as one of the single largest and integrated infrastructure projects in Africa. Envisioned as a transformative, game-changing infrastructural undertaking, Lapset seeks to connect the economies of Kenya, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Uganda, among other nations in the East African region. The government of Kenya aligned this flagship project with Kenya's Vision 2030 through a wide range of components, including the Lamu Port at Manda Bay, with a planned 32 deep sea berth, international airports, and resort cities in Lamu, Isiolo, and Turkana, a merchant oil refinery in Lamu, the Grand Falls multipurpose dam, a regional road and rail networks, fiber optic cables, and advanced communication systems. Honorable Speaker, the implementation of the Lapset project promises to significantly accelerate economic growth, open up the historical marginalized northern part of the country, ease congestion at the port of Mombasa, and enhance regional integration. The project was also intended to address the devastating impacts of recurrent drought and to uplift communities along the corridor by catalyzing development and enhancing livelihoods. However, despite the immense significance of the project and the high expectations of residents of northern Kenya, particularly those in Garissa County, on its transformative potential, the project has faced significant delays and growing uncertainties. Honorable Speaker, sir, it is against this backdrop that I request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1. The progress made on implementation of the Lapset project within Garissa County in terms of land acquisition, compensation, and resettlement, mapping, and infrastructural planning. 2. The financial aspect of the project, including the total funds allocated, actual disbursement, and the corresponding budgetary provision towards the project. And lastly, a comprehensive status report on the current stage of the project, including projected timelines for completion. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, thank you, Chair Transport. Chair Transport is away. With my permission, he says he's sitting exams. Who is the Vice Chair? Any member of the committee? Yes, Waitan. Hold on, Waitan. Kainan wants to joyride on that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Lapset Corridor Program was supposed to be a regional flagship project intended to provide transport and logistics infrastructure aimed at creating seamless connectivity between the East Africa, and you understand. And out of that, Mr. Speaker, the Kenya government deliberately decided to construct another port in Lamu. So that beautiful idea, creative idea, has now gone into West. Mr. Speaker, you're also aware that Ethiopia is a huge landlocked country, Mr. Speaker, that was also supposed to rely on that important connectivity, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, under your leadership and through this House, unless we put in place deliberate affirmative measures, Mr. Speaker, that project will join other white elephant projects, Mr. Speaker, that will avail to meet the test of time. Mr. Speaker, in addition to what the Honorable Member for Fafi has asked, will I be asked to ask the Chairman to respond also to the following. The first objective of that project, Mr. Speaker, was to open up northern Kenya, which has hitherto been marginalized. That objective is not being met. The second objective, Mr. Speaker, was supposed to link the port of Lamu to the Ethiopia. That second objective is not being met, Mr. Speaker. And the third and the fourth, Mr. Speaker, the third and the most important objective was to create an economic opportunity for the people of Kenya. That is not also being met, Mr. Speaker. And finally, a lot of resources have been spent, Mr. Speaker, and what is being used right now is security. Security. There is no security problem in that region, Mr. Speaker. The only thing that is there are other potential areas in court. Pursuant to sessional paper number 10 of 1965, Mr. Speaker, which I think in the next few months you should declare unconstitutional, so that it's removed from the archives of Treasury, Mr. Speaker, is what is being used to deny our people their legitimate constitutional right, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the chairman should bring a comprehensive statement that will not only complete this project within the timeline. Because you see, Mr. Speaker, Ethiopia now, because of these delays, has now moved to Djibouti. You can see the economic cost of this. So, Mr. Chairman, as you respond to this, can you come up with a timeline that will enable us complete this project so that the people of Ethiopia can easily be connected to that port? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any member of that committee? Waitan, you are a member of the committee? Bring a response in 2 weeks.
This mic here.
The mic is next there.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a member from the area, I understand the situation very well. And as a member of the committee, most obliged, I'm going to take up the matter. Thank you very much.
Millie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm writing on a point of order on a different issue. Mr. Speaker, I have noted with concern that there are very, very, very many school students who are visiting Parliament. It's good for students to visit Parliament, students and pupils. But as a person who is an expert in child protection, the numbers is very concerning. Right now, I've even seen at KICC just the number of buses that are there. And if you look outside the gate of Parliament, the number of youngsters that are outside Parliament, Mr. Speaker, the issue of child protection is very wide. Some of them might be run over by vehicles, some of them may get lost, they might be abused. And usually there are standards even for children when they come, so that even when they're coming into Parliament, you have to be sure that there are certain safeguards, including chaperones, the number of chaperones. But the number of students that are outside here is a crisis in waiting. And Mr. Speaker, I'd also request that even for them to have meaningful experience in Parliament, now they just walk in and walk out. I don't know what they're really experiencing by these short stints that they're having. So maybe if Parliament could advise the various schools so that their visits are staggered as it has been done in the past. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Naisula, on the same.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And thank you, Honorable Millie, for raising this issue. But just related to that, I had taken note that yesterday, I think 2 of the children fainted, I think because of standing for long hours. And I'll be writing to you as the chair of the Parliamentary Service Commission that within Parliament, we need to have a health facility where we can have quick, fast aid, even for members, for staff, for such kind of children, where we can have emergency services, Mr. Speaker. And I thought about it because if anything had happened and we had to rush those children to a hospital, it would be important that they get fast aid here in Parliament. And so I will be writing to you so that that can be considered, even for members of Parliament and for staff. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Millie and Isula. To begin with, I had noted the same. You remember I told you yesterday, Wednesday, that on Tuesday alone, we received 60 schools that came to Parliament. When I instructed the clerk to inquire, I got a response to the effect that, one, the teachers who have requested to come at this particular time explained that because schools are on holiday, this is the only available time until the next holiday. And luckily this holiday falls at a time when the House is sitting. Number 2, I have also asked the clerk and the sergeant if they are overwhelmed with the number of schools coming into Parliament. They say they are not. They say they are able to handle. And if you look around Parliament, yours truly and the management have set various places, gardens and places that are fairly reasonable for schools to sit and have their snacks after coming to the house. Some just out here and are doing so. Number 3, in Isula, we have a resident first aid nurse in Parliament. So if that was brought to the attention of the affected institution, the children would have been attended without a problem. So I'll tell the sergeant's office to be on high alert that in case of any such thing, they should be able to deal with it. Lastly, you yourselves as members have told us this is an open space for Kenyans. It is the parliament of the people of Kenya. So when people want to visit us, including schools, we allow them. I agree with you, Millie, that the numbers are a bit large now. But we also send a word to the teachers who bring their students that they bear the greatest responsibility in ensuring their safety, their protection, their feeding, their accommodation if they come to stay in Nairobi. If they have any problems, we will not be able to finance anything, but they can bring it to our attention to see how best we can help them. In the meantime, I encourage also my clerks here to bring notification to the Speaker as soon as they come in, because we're having a situation where we're acknowledging the presence of schools that have already left. And that is not very orderly. On that note, allow me to acknowledge in the public gallery. What about Speaker's Gallery? The public gallery, we have Keringet Bright School from Kuresoi, South Nakuru, St. Mary's Nyabururu, Kitutu Church, Kisii, Kamunyu Primary School, Mwingi Central, Kitui, Soy Emining Academy from Mogotio, Baringo, Gatundu Inn Academy from Kangema, Muranga, Iriamuri Primary School from Mbere South, Embu, and St. Barnabas School from Keio North, Elgeyo, Marakwet. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Next, Honorable Owen Bayer.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding the status of the construction of the Ronald Ngala Utalii College in Kilifi County. Honorable Speaker, on 1st February 1996, the government approved construction of the coast branch of the Kenya Utalii College via Cabinet Minute 30/1996. However, commencement of the project in Vipingo, Kilifi County stalled until 2010. Upon commencement, construction faced challenges that have delayed its completion for 29 years. Notably, in 2017, the Public Investment Committee in the 11th Parliament raised concerns regarding the project through a special report on the college dated May 2017. In addition, in the 2021, the Public Investment Committee in the 12th Parliament further inquired into the status of the construction and public funds that have been spent in the project. Despite these interventions and concerns regarding the delays and the effect on the value for public money, the project remains stalled. This inordinate delay has hampered the growth of the tourism sector in the coastal region of Kilifi due to lack of quality facilities and personnel, owing to the fact that the county only relies on the Kenya Utalii College, Nairobi. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the following: a comprehensive report on the status of the construction of the Ronald Ngala Utalii College in Kilifi County, including expected completion timelines. 2, reasons for the delay in completion and subsequent opening of the college and the measures being taken to complete the college without any further delay. 3, a detailed assessment of the total cost incurred in the construction of the college, including penalties and fines incurred since commencement. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, a report on the utilization of public funds on the construction of the Ronald Ngala Utalii College in Kilifi County since commencement in comparison with the initial cost. My Speaker, I thank you.
Yes, Julius Olesunguli, on the same.
Yeah, I would like to ask your indulgence to joyride on that statement.
Go ahead.
Because, Mr. Speaker, while the Ronald Ngala Utalii College was being constructed, the government has also committed itself to construct a Utalii College in Kilgoris. And that has already, there was groundbreaking that happened, that was done by the highest in government. And up to today, I don't know what the status of the Kilgoris Utalii College is. I would also ask Mr. Speaker that when the chairman of the committee of tourism stands to bring this statement to the House, could he kindly include a statement along the same lines on the one in Kilgoris? What is the status of that college? How much money has been allocated? Because I haven't seen it in the budget. And when is the construction supposed to commence and to be completed?
Thank you. Chair, Tourism and Wildlife, that Kareke Mbuki. Any member of the committee? Yes, Owen Bayer, you take responsibility. And inform him to bring a response in 2 weeks.
Much obliged, Honorable Speaker.
Mary Maingi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me this opportunity. I want to speak to 2 issues regarding the farmers of Mwea constituency, the rice farmers. On the 20th of February this year, I requested for a statement from the Departmental Committee on Trade on the importation of rice into this country. Mr. Speaker, rice is the third consumed cereal in this country.
Mary Maingi, I gave you an opportunity to remind the House that you requested for a statement and it has not been responded to. I did not give you a latitude to open debate on the same statement that you requested.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am guided, but with your indulgence, I would like the CS for Trade and the CS for Treasury to come and explain to this House what he plans to do with the farmers or with the rice in Mwea constituency, since I learned about import into this country of rice yesterday through a gazette notice. What does he plan to do with the rice in Mwea constituency? Mr. Speaker, also allow me to speak to the issue of fertilizer. And I urge you to indulge the CS of Agriculture to come and explain to this House why the Mwea rice farmers should not enjoy subsidized fertilizer like other farmers. We have written to the permanent secretary, to the principal secretary, Agriculture, on subsidized fertilizer through Mwea rice growers, MRGM, and he doesn't seem to think it is urgent for us to enjoy the subsidized fertilizer. Mr. Speaker, I seek your guidance.
Thank you. On the fertilizer one, you remember you shared with me, and I've forwarded your concerns to the Minister of Agriculture. But Mutunga, I can see you here. Can you check out on why farmers of rice buddies in Mwea are not accessing subsidized fertilizer? when the policy is that each and every farmer, whether it's coffee, tea, rice, potato, maize, whichever crop, must be equally treated to access subsidized fertilizer.
I'll do that, Honorable Speaker, but the strategy is to have everyone receive for subsidized fertilizer, whether it is tea, coffee, rice, or the crops. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. And on the rice one, the chair of trade, she has spoken for you. Yes. Well, she represents Mwea. Does Nyando also not, you get fertilizer? Okay, Mutunga. Chairman Mutunga, limit your phone contact in the chamber. Expand your fertilizer check to Muhoroni as well. It's called Nyando Rice Scheme.
And on the
Next, responses to statements. Administration and Internal Security. Tongoyo, is he here? Yes, respond to a request by Beatrice Kemei. Before you do, let me acknowledge additional schools in the public gallery. Boretti Junior School from Belgut Kericho. Ndonyo Kiasin School from Samburu, East Samburu. Katandatu School from Imendi, South Meru. Sirwa Comprehensive School from Mogotio, Baringo. Mumiasi Central Primary School from Mumiasi West, Kakamega. And Uslisima Primary School from South Imenti, Meru. Next, Honorable Member for Mumiasi East, West, I know you asked me to give you an opportunity to welcome your school. It probably has already left. So on my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the schools, the students, the teachers, and those accompanying them to Parliament. Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And
you have 3 responses. Are you ready with all of them?
Yes, I am.
Start with
I need your indulgence, Honorable Speaker. As much as I'm ready with the response from the Honorable Beatrice Kemei, I doubt whether she's in the House.
If she's not in the House, put it aside.
So maybe table it or...
Table it, she will read it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think she had left, so maybe you'll allow me to table it.
To be fair to her, in case she has supplementaries,
okay.
We stay to next Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Chiforomondo Mangale, a response to your request.
Yeah, so Honorable Speaker, also with me have a response on a statement being sought by the Member of Parliament for Lunga Lunga constituency, Honorable Chiforomondo Mangale. Okay, and the member sought to the Member of Parliament as requested to be informed the current progress of construction of the Lunga Lunga sub-county headquarters and the measures, if any, being implemented to expedite its completion in order to provide proper office space for the Deputy County Commissioner and other heads of departments. And I respond as follows, Honorable Speaker. The process of construction of the Lunga Lunga sub-county headquarters commenced on the 2019 in the drawings and the bill of quantities. However, the construction has not commenced due to limitation of funds. The land for construction of the headquarters is available with a parcel number Kwale Mahuruni 1856, measuring approximately 2.80 hectares. And Honorable Speaker, in regard to the second question on the issue of measures being put in place to expedite the process, the ministry is in process of engaging the National Treasury for the funding of the project, which is estimated to cost about 53,506,000. I submit, Honorable Speaker, signed by Honorable C.S. Kipchumba Murkomen. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Foromondo, are you satisfied? We go to the next.
Mr. Speaker, the response is not satisfactory. Because then, Mr. Speaker, 13 years is such a long time to be told that the ministry is trying to get some funds so that they can actualize the project. Mr. Speaker, I wish the chair would liaise with the Honorable Minister so that at least this is a beginning of the financial year. We get some funds to realize or to actualize the project, because then the DCC has no place to work on. They operate on a makeshift office which has been abandoned by the KRA. And again, this has been the trend. When you look at the Mwachanda Bridge, it has stayed since the time when we had rain seasons of El Nino and many other projects in Lunga sub-county. So please, sir, Mr. Speaker, I would request that Mr. Chairman liaise with the Honorable Minister so that we get some funds. 53 million is very little money for that matter. This is a big government with 4-point-something trillion budget. Please, sir, I'm requesting that something be done so that this thing is addressed. 13 years is such a long time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Tongoyo, can you first track for him?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As much as I really understand the frustration of the Member of Parliament, Honorable Speaker, we all know the problem. I've been lamenting in this House on the issue of funding the project within the ministry. In this financial year, Honorable Speaker, we have got hardly 500 million. And of course, we know the majority of the gazetted units in this country. But having said this, Honorable Speaker, I'm going also to take up to see whether we can get something. But at the same time, Honorable Speaker, I want to challenge the Member of Parliament. We have also our NGCDF, which in a bigger extent can also help even the ministry in doing something in the said sub-county. Majority of members of Parliament in this House have really contributed immensely in the issue of NGCDF, in the issue to support sub-counties, including the Member of Parliament, Bowen. He has done a very good job, and majority of members of Parliament here. So I call upon now my colleague here, maybe as we wait the ministry to probably get some fund, you can also do something in your own kitty of NGCDF.
Thank you. Respond now to a request by Yakub Ado. Hold there. Yes, Rachel Nyamai. There's another joyrider here.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to also joyride on this. I would like to inform the Chair, Honorable Speaker, that we have assistant chiefs who were hired 1 year ago, specifically April 2024. And you know, now we are past April 2025. Initially, I had informed them that I do not want to raise the matter because I thought it can be handled administratively. But I would like to request the Chair that this is a matter that needs his consideration. As we await for implementation of the ones that have already been gazetted, but now those who are already hired and they have not been paid. It's a big concern, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much for allowing me.
Thank you, Tongo. Take care of that. And yes, Owen, you want to joyride on that as well?
Yes. Honorable Speaker, I think this is a problem that needs to be looked at, because I have chiefs in Kilifi County, that assistant chiefs and chiefs that were hired a year ago, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Tongo, they have not been paid. And you can imagine a chief waking up every day serving the people, and there has not been payment. When I asked, I was told there's a problem with the Public Service Commission, who say that they should be hiring chiefs and not the local administration hiring chiefs. And because of that problem, Honorable Speaker, the chiefs are suffering. And this is something that can be resolved within the shortest period. But I think there is a problem within the Interior Ministry. Honorable Speaker, this is a matter that must be sorted out. Otherwise, they keep on piling it, and it will become another huge pending bill going forward. But it's something that can be sorted.
Tongo, you note that and address it. Those are comments. They don't require a response.
But Honorable Speaker, maybe just to put a word across, because it's not the first time that it's coming up, and the problem actually lies with the Public Service Commission, and they've got this issue of generating the service numbers. So at times it takes quite unnecessarily long, but as you guided, it's an issue that we are going to follow up and have it addressed.
can you now respond to a request by Yakub Ado? Is Yakub here?
Yes, Speaker.
Yes. Member.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Once again, response on the statement being sought by Honorable Yakub Ador, the Member of Parliament for Bura constituency, in regards to the disappearance of Aden Nur Hassan. And I want to respond as follows. On the 14th May 2025, at about 10:20 hours, Mr. Maudili Lead Aden Hassan reported at Bangale Police Station, VIDE OBIN number 8, 14/5/2025, that his cousin Aden Nur Hassan, a resident of Bulta Banda village, had been abducted within Badangale Township. Such efforts commenced immediately, and the vehicle number plate circulated at all roadblocks, preliminarily finding revealed that the victim was abducted on the 13th May at about 13 hours by two men using a black BMW vehicle with a registration number KCS 147Z. It was further established that the victim's a mobile phone was switched off immediately after his abduction in Bangale town. Prior to the incident, the victim had been in communication with the individual whose phone number was traced to Mbalambale and has since been switched off. The DCI Crime Search and Intelligence Bureau is currently reviewing the call records of the victim with a view of identifying any suspicious phone number that the victim may have been in contact with. Additionally, a formal request was sent to the National Transport and Safety Authority to obtain the ownership detail of the suspected vehicle. A response was received providing a duplicate logbook of the vehicle, with confirmed that the vehicle, a black BMW registration number KCS 147Z, is registered under Mr. Mustafa Adan Ibrahim. The investigation team is therefore tracking Mustafa, who was considered a key suspect in the matter and was later located between Mandera and Wajir County. Investigations are still ongoing, with effort intensified to apprehend the suspects and arraign them in court of law for the appropriation charges. And on the second question, Speaker, the police have intensified the investigation to ensure that the said person is expeditiously traced and reunited with the family, and to apprehend and arraign in court those who will be found responsible for the disappearance of the said person. Submit, Honorable Speaker. I think the rest are just standard response.
Jacob.
Thank you, Speaker. This response is not satisfactory for the following reasons. I am in contact with the family, and specifically the person who has reported the matter. Without cutting or casting aspersions on the investigation process, the family has not reported that specific registration number, and the source of that information is not known to us. And the second issue is about the named individual called Faisal. I think with a little more seriousness on the issue, the details of that individual will have been traced, and that matter was close to 4 or 5 months ago. The family, and as their representative, I believe that that information has not or is not satisfactory. Secondly, Speaker, is about that Bangal station. My constituency is about 13,000 square kilometers, and specifically, I have raised an issue about lack of patrols by police in the same area, because that was not an isolated matter. It is a case that has repeatedly been reported. And up to today, part of the response from the chair is that Bangal police station still has not been allocated any police vehicle, and the closest police vehicle is about 180 kilometers away for any response. God forbid, if anything happens today, there is no response that could be expected from the police around there. So my request to the chair is that through the speaker is that next time when that leasing process of the vehicles for security purposes is availed, stations such as Bangal and far-flung areas where the constituency is very vast should be considered and given a priority going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Tongo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You've heard the concerns
Yeah,
of
I
him.
did.
So look at them and appraise him on what else you are doing.
Well guided.
Beatrice Kemei has come here. She says she had stepped out to respond to a biological emergency. And she's requested that we reinstate her statement. So go ahead and respond.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Kamket, what is it?
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to joyride on that statement. Before the chairman responds, I wanted to add something little. Mr. Speaker, one of the most shameful...
On which statement?
On the statement by the member for Bora.
We have already gone past that.
No,
we are
not
now
yet.
with
He has not
Kemei.
responded. He hasn't responded. I wanted to just add something.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was saying, Mr. Speaker, that one of the most shameful acts for a member of parliament is to come and to pretend to give a response on behalf of the police to this house. Mr. Speaker, I think we have to find a way to avoid a member of parliament, whether he's chairman for security or whatever committee, to give a response on behalf of the police. Because we know, Mr. Speaker, there is so much that this member does not know. And when we are talking about security matters, we are talking about, most of the time, we are talking about loss of life. I have a case in mind, Mr. Speaker, of my constituency, where somebody was picked from Ginyang Market by police and has never been seen up to date. We've chosen not to ask because there is little you can get from the police. So when I hear the chairman here trying to give a response on behalf of the police, I feel for him. Because I believe that even what he's reading, he does not believe in it. He doesn't even have the facts.
You are not a spokesman, are you?
No, but Mr. Speaker, it is obvious that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. It is obvious, Mr. Speaker. I think, Mr. Speaker...
Be fair to your colleague. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't want to be unfair to him, but I'm trying to paint a problem, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable...
that is very real in the country.
Member for Tiat.
Allow me to respectively also weigh on what my brother had said. Our current standing orders are very clear on who responds to statement, to questions on behalf of members. But again, it's not limited to even the IG and the police officers appearing before the committees. And by then we can have a session of interrogating issues that we need more deeper interrogation. So maybe, Honorable Speaker, the member may still have an opportunity, maybe through committee sessions. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of Honorable Kemei regarding the issue of GBV, the issue of gender-based violence, but maybe before, Honorable Speaker, just allow me, the Member of Parliament for Bura, you see, have just come to sit next to me. He's still having some issue on the response. And you remember we still have an unfinished business with the CS on appearance before the committee on several unresponded statements. And we'll probably consider having him appear if we get that opportunity.
Okay,
yes.
Then continue whispering to each other.
Yeah. So when he appears, you can still come before the committee. So on Kemei, she wanted to know regarding investigation into the escalating cases of gender-based violence in Kericho County. And I want to respond as well as Honorable Speaker, because I think she wanted the status of investigation into the reported femicide and GBV case in Kericho County, particularly the attack on Miss Mercy Chalagat and Miss Miriam Chelimo. And the report on the number of reported femicide cases between July, August, and April 2025. Honorable Speaker, Nicholas Koech reported at Jirimoni Police Station, VIDOB number 0621 of 2025 on the 20th April at around 9 hours. A reconciliation team arrived at his home from Lesirwa, Kipkelion village with intention to reconcile his daughter, Damaris, and her husband, Mr. David Kimtai. The two had a domestic dispute which had prompted Damaris to flee from her matrimonial home to her parents' home, David, who is the accused, and was accompanied by his kinsmen, Mr. Wilson Cheblagat and Pastor Samuel Mutai, while Nicholas was accompanied by his brother, Thomas Kibet Koech, and his son, Gilbert Cheboy. After the deliberation at around 15 hours, Damaris was invited to give her submission, and she declined to accompany her husband back to their matrimonial home. Enraged, David pulled out a knife from his jacket and stabbed her severally on the stomach. The accused also stabbed Gilbert on his abdomen after he attempted to restrain him. Their father, Nicholas, also sustained minor injuries, and neighbors who responded to the distress call subjected David to a mob injustice. All the injured persons, including the accused, were rushed to Kericho Referral Hospital. The accused was treated and discharged, while Damaris and her brother Gilbert were admitted and were later discharged. The investigating officers visited and processed the scene, recovered a knife which was kept as an exhibit, and further recorded statement, while P3 forms were duly completed. And the accused was arrested on the 26th April and arraigned before Tamu Law Courts on grievous harm contrary to Section 234 of the Penal Code. He pleaded not guilty on both counts. The court released him on a bond of Kenya shilling 200,000 or a cash bail of 50,000. The case was fixed for routine mention and hearing on the 26th May this year and June 23rd this year. The accused appeared before Tamu Law Court for a routine mention on the 26th of May. However, both complainant requested the presiding magistrate for the withdrawal of the case, having reconciled with the accused. The accused was subsequently acquitted and the case withdrawn under Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Code on both accounts. Honorable Speaker, Bavin Serem, a nominated MCA, reported at the Grimoni police station via a mobile phone that Mr. Meshak Odida Juma assaulted his wife, Ms. Miriam Chelimo, on the night of the 2nd April this year at a Gate Point bar within Jirimo Trading Center following a domestic dispute on the 3rd April. The suspect took the victim to Jaramogi Oginga Referral Hospital, for treatment. Unfortunately, she succumbed to the injuries on the following day. Subsequently, police officers from the Kipkelion police station arrested Shimesha Godida and booked him via OB Tiolo 140425. Upon interrogation, he admitted that he had not reported the incident to the police, stating the funeral arrangements were already underway for a burial schedule on the 16th April, and our parents' home in Chesgot, Kunyak, within the Kipkelion sub-county. The suspect was presented before Kericho Law Court on the 15th April for custodial orders and was later arraigned for plea taking on the 23rd. Honorable Speaker, on the report of the number of reported femicide and GBV cases between the month of July and April this year are stated as follows. On the number of the femicide, there were two cases reported, all pending before court. The rape cases were 9, 7 cases pending before the court. Gang rape cases were 3, all pending before the court. Sexual assaults are 2, all pending before the court. Defilement were 77. All cases, this is very alarming, cases are pending before the court. Attempted defilement are 2, accused convicted. Grievous harm are 3, all pending before the court. Honorable Speaker, all reported cases of femicide and gender-based violence in Kericho County has been thoroughly investigated, with several cases currently pending before the competent court of law, while others have already been concluded. The government remains fully committed to upholding the rule of law and ensuring the timely, impartial prosecution of all reported cases. Effort continues to be directed toward eliminating procedural delays, protecting the right of survivors, and holding perpetrators accountable through a victim-centered, right-based approach. And limited arrest, Honorable Speaker, prosecution in Kericho cases is subjected to the low level of community sensitization, which has resulted in the victim being prosecuted by members, pressurized by the members of the public to resolve cases privately with their perpetrators. The limited cooperation from the members of the public in assisting the police to trace, apprehend suspects, many of whom go into hiding after committing the crime. Survivors of the GBV often face societal stigma and are blamed for their victimization, which deter the victims and the families from reporting the victims. I submit, Honorable Speaker, signed by the CS Interior, Honorable Kipchumar Murkomen. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Beatrice Kamei.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and especially the fact that you considered my request, having stepped out to make sure that I'm comfortable to listen to the chairman. Yes. And Honorable Speaker, he has actually brought this and result or from the CS. But Honorable Speaker, it is actually unfortunate that cases are alarming and rising.
They are definitely alarming for a small county like Kericho.
Yes. Now, Honorable Speaker, I expected, even having come up with reasons why there's slow rate of prosecution and arrest, I expected to get the possible solutions from the CS. Having said this, I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, that this campaign by the women leaders against SGPV has actually yielded some small result. But I want to plead with our male counterparts to support us. If we don't get support from our male counterparts, we will not go far. So, Honorable Speaker, I wish you can say something out of that whenever we are in any function, because SGPV is not for women only. It affects everybody else, but the most affected are women, Honorable Speaker. So for these cases of Kericho, they are alarming and rising every day. And Honorable Speaker, I also want to add that court cases take very long, and that is why, and some of them decide to withdraw and even to reconcile, and some are forced for reconciliation. So, Honorable Speaker, I ask that all the stakeholders come together to make sure that these cases go down. And it is not only in Kericho, across the country. And you'll realize that social and economic factors are affected, or economic factors and political are affected by these social cases. So, Honorable Speaker, I ask that we go further than that. So for Chair, please get more results. How can we get possible solutions for this? It is not satisfactory, Honorable Speaker, and especially this lady who died, and then the husband did not even report, saying that I'm only planning for the funeral. So I am not happy, and every day they are asking, what do legislators say about these cases? So it is from here that we can speak for our people, and especially the poor. They have nothing to do. And Honorable Speaker, yesterday, while and Madam Speaker was holding brief for you, the case of the village elder was actually, the statement was answered. But Honorable Speaker, the issue that we have is that even families are not informed of where the case has reached. So I believe that the chair should go more further for that case. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Commissioner, you want to joyride on that? Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to take the cue from my sister, the Honorable Countywoman MP for Kericho County. Honorable Speaker, this morning I attended a conference for all the CSOs and human rights organizations that are based in Nairobi, a network for human rights organization. And Kericho County was actually flagged in the report that was exposed in that forum. There was a baseline research that was done, and Kericho County is alarmingly showing us very negative numbers. So even as the honorable member says that she's not satisfied with the response, I support her. Honorable Speaker, it's barely 2 years since we saw bodies of women mutilated being retrieved from a quarry in Nairobi. Honorable Speaker, you bear me witness, and the members in this house can bear me witness, that that case has never been resolved. The suspect suddenly escaped from a police cell, and nobody has ever come out to tell us what happened. How many bodies were left in there? How many bodies were retrieved? Who are they? Whose daughters? Whose sisters? Whose wives were they? So, Mr. Speaker, this issue of gender-based violence, femicide, and sexual assault is becoming very serious. Where I come from in Githunguri, Mr. Speaker, we have a new phenomenon of people who are coming in employed as workers, gardeners, shaba boys, and they are accosting elderly women, raping them, killing them, their own employers. And these are people, when you go to the police to follow the case, some of them have not even IDs. We don't know where they are coming from. Which country are they from? Mr. Speaker, I rise up as a woman, supporting my sister from Kericho, asking you, Honorable Speaker, even as Mr. President, support women of this House through the GBV budget that he gave us, it is not enough. We request you, Mr. Speaker, to lobby the men in this House, you as a father, you as a husband, Mr. Speaker, I beseech you. We need to see more than what we are seeing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kasheri.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. While we appreciate the gains that we have made in regards to women participation in society and their safety, we still have so much to be done, because we must approach these with a multi-agency approach. Honorable Speaker, the judiciary has launched an initiative to decentralize SGBV courts, but they require funding from this House to ensure that in every magistrate's court station, there is an SGBV court that specifically deals with those matters, so that we can expedite such matters. When it comes to the DPP, Honorable Speaker, the investigative agency, the delays in court, and I speak these as an advocate of the High Court who has practiced and handled these matters continually, are mostly from a lack of supply of evidence that the prosecution intends to rely upon. So every court mention, there is a further adjournment, because the DPP's office is unable to supply the evidence as per the requirements of the law. Honorable Speaker, the arresting agency, the NPS, the National Police Service, is also culpable of laxity. Sometimes women have complained to us as leaders that they have reported a matter, but police officers have dismissed those claims or claim that, your dress was too short, you must have insulted, you must have said something that was demeaning to the man or to the offending person. And these are things that we cannot, as a society, keep quiet about any longer. If we have only one single approach, Honorable Speaker, we will keep having these conversations, we will keep having delayed case matters, but if we have a multi-agency approach, involve the gender ministry, involve NGOs, involve the religious communities in Kenya, I am certain that we will mitigate such occurrences. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Maisula.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I just rise to support the woman rep of Kericho. And thank you for bringing this statement. The issues are not specific to Kericho County. They cut across the 47 counties in our country. And Mr. Speaker, just as my colleague has said, we cannot fight the issues of GBV, defilement, rape, using one approach. We all have to come together. Recently, His Excellency, the President, supported all the women through KEWOPA to go and do sensitization in our counties, in our constituencies, so that this is a conversation that is happening down at the grassroots levels, Mr. Speaker, and we're grateful about that. But then, as the conversations go on, there has to be tangible results as a country. And I've always said this, one life has to matter. We don't have to wait until 10, 20 bodies are found in a quarry. When one woman, when one man, when one person, when one child, and it doesn't matter from what part of this country, Mr. Speaker, is defiled, is killed. And you can imagine, these are people who have died not because they are sick, not because of any other natural calamity, but it is another individual who has taken the life of another person, Mr. Speaker. This is something that as a country we must take very seriously. And it starts even from the family level, Mr. Speaker. And I'm very happy with some, because in social issues, people don't like also talking or speaking out. What we have realized is that the people who defile, the people who rape, the people who kill are people well known to the victims, Mr. Speaker. It is their uncles, it is their brothers, it is the partners of their mothers. And there's this thing in the society where a partner, I have a case in Samburu right now, where we have a person who was a partner to the mother of the child, now raped the child. And we have Kenyans now, some people saying, what was that partner doing with that? It doesn't matter what relationship that man had with the mother.
Children are not raped, they are defiled.
Defiled, sorry. Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. So it doesn't matter the relationship that guy had with the mother. He had no business defiling that child, Mr. Speaker. And when the child went to the police station, one of the police officers said, but you look like you're a grown-up. Just because the girl is built, is big in body. So, Mr. Speaker, it starts from there. The DPP actually closed the file. In my constituency, closed the file before the case continued. So it is a collective responsibility. Until we jail, until we make sure that people are accountable, Mr. Speaker, this issue will not end. And I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you. It is degenerating into a debate. Haika.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Briefly, I want to mention and begin by supporting my sister from Kericho, Women Rep, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this issue needs to be supported entirely. We need to have a support system to support the whole process dealing with matters GBV. Because as most of our women leaders and women reps, we are trying to put up some rescue centers, some safe spaces, houses for such kind of cases, Mr. Speaker, because some of these cases, we lose them in these courts because of lack of evidence, or sometimes, you know, the people who are defiled or any other type of GBV, they are, you know, there are times they are threatened, and because they don't have a safe space where they can be kept or the evidence can be hidden, for them to go and approve at the courts. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to take this matter very seriously, and maybe when it comes to funding, we need to secure some funds, especially when it comes to building the safe spaces or the rescue centers to be able to support such kind of cases. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Owen.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to support my sister Beatrice Kimei and the other honorable members, the women that have spoken about this matter. Honorable Speaker, when a society, when the big issue that society wants to deal with is rape, defilement, and all that, Honorable Speaker, the society is degenerating and not moving forward. As a civilized society, Honorable Speaker, and I want to speak to men in this country, we need to dignify ourselves and take a position that we must protect the ladies and the women and the children in this country, other than going out there to do the things that are unprintable that are done to young women, to small children, and to women. Honorable Speaker, as a country, I think Kenya has moved very fast in terms of industrialization, in terms of development. We have made a big step, but one step we must make is to walk away from issues of rape and issues of defilement as a nation. And that's where we can stand among the League of Nations and say, yes, we are a country that can be respected. Honorable Speaker, and I want to ask the police and the prosecutors and the courts to take this matter serious and punish offenders severely to make sure that we do not only deter, but we say goodbye to these issues of rape and all that, so that we can put our resources in other things other than these rudimentary things of rape, defilement, and, you know, sex that is not permitted. Honorable Speaker, I support the statement. Thank you.
Yes, Zamzam.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi niweze kuweza kutilia pono dadangu alivyozungumza wa Kericho. Mheshimiwa Spika, hizi cases za defilement, za ulawiti wa watoto, wa mama kupigwa zimekuwa nyingi sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Juzi na jana Mombasa County tumeuliwa msichana mdogo anaitwa Mebakari, alifanywa vibaya akaja akabebwa maiti yake akatupwa kando hospitali. Mpaka wa leo hatujapata uhakika wa jambo hili, na yule mwanamke tayari mtoto wa kike ashazikwa Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi ningependa kusema hivi, koti zetu zinatuangusha. Hasa hawa maprosecutor wanatuangusha sana, na lazima waweze kutilia maanani kuwa hizi cases za wanyonge wao zitakuja kuwalemea hata mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Mheshimiwa Spika, unapata mtoto mdogo amefanywa vibaya, mama akienda naye pale anaanza kuulizwa maswali ya kijinga Mheshimiwa Spika, anaweza kumdharaulisha mbele ya watu Mheshimiwa Spika. Na mimi nataka nimwambie Chief Justice, kule mashinani cases ni nyingi, watu wanatoka mbali, anaambiwa nenda ukirudi kama kilomita 3 kutoka Mwakirunge kuja kotini, mpaka sasa ule ushahidi Mheshimiwa Spika unakuja unapotezwa. Mimi naomba tu atuongezee hawa magistrate wa kufanya hizi cases, aongeze katika haya makoti yetu, na tuwe na safe space kama Mombasa. Mimi niko najenga ile GBV center ambayo nitaweka pale ndani, lakini naomba pia na judge naye atupe wale magistrates ambao watatusaidia hizi cases ziweze kwenda kwa haraka Mheshimiwa Spika. Hawa utapata tu kule kotini wao wanaangalia mambo ya hongo. Mtu ambaye yuko innocent utapata anasumbuliwa pale kotini, anazungushwa, lakini kesi kama hii unakuja unaambiwa walikuja wakaelewana. Kama juzi nimeona kwa mtandao Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna mwanamke ameweka obi 5 ameziweka kwenye mtandao, kila siku ana report, akipigwa na report 5, lakini polisi hawajachukua hatua yoyote. Wanangoja yule mwanamke afe, alafu sasa ndio sisi tuanze kutoka. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naomba polisi wetu wakiletewa hizi cases wazichukulie na uzito, kwa sababu maisha ya mtu iko hatarini. Na wanaume katika nchi hii, wanawake wako wengi sana. Acheni kudefile watoto wadogo. mdogo. Hakuna kitu kizuri kwa mtoto mdogo, miaka 2, miezi 8 unapata mwanaume ameenda kufanyia mtoto mambo mabaya. Jamani, wanawake wako wengi, ongea nao vizuri, ukae naye kule kando, fanya mambo yake. Lakini kwa mtoto mdogo unaenda kutafuta kitu gani, Mheshimiwa Spika? Hii ni aibu. Na mimi nilisema, Mheshimiwa Spika, afadhali sasa tupitishe katika bunge hili, mwanaume yeyote ambaye atapatikana na lawiti mtoto akatwe mkongojo wake. Hivyo tu, Mheshimiwa Spika. Asante sana.
I am very sympathetic to that, what you have suggested. Those are not men, they are beasts. Yes, Kisairo.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to support our colleague member on the issue she has raised. Honorable Speaker, as I was driving here, actually that was the discussion going on in our vernacular radio station, Egesa, on the increased cases of child defilement. I think the Gusii region is also becoming quite rampant in this topic, and would like to talk to the men out there. Actually, I don't think anyone defiling a child should be considered to be a man.
He's a beast.
Because a man knows how to look for a woman. Anything short of that, you are a beast. Honorable Speaker, before I became a member of Parliament in 2020, in the month of May, I decided for 1 month, month of May 2020, to visit any child who was being born in my constituency. And in the process, I was actually taking statistics. I visited 565 newborns in that month. Sadly, Honorable Speaker, 175 of those children were born by children. To make it the matter worse, Honorable Speaker, none of those 175 were fathered by another child. They were fathered by adults. To make the situation worse, the protection level by our own families is what makes the situation more dire. That once the case is caught, people run to the parents of the child with little coins and shut up the family. Hence, you find some of these cases, the statistics you've had there on the cases in court, how many are not in court? Because they've been silenced and families have been compromised. We need to urge that parents, when your child has been defiled, there should be no sympathy. There should be no discussions that this is a family member. Let us keep it under wraps. Let us not embarrass the family. Let the person be prosecuted. Let them be jailed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You are very right, Gisairo. Members, I once, a few years ago, visited a postnatal clinic in my county. On the queue were about 24 mothers with children. Out of the 24, only one was above 18, and the youngest was 12. A child with a child. I think I agree that this matter must be taken very seriously, and lawyers like Kaluma will tell you, when a person has committed a felony like defilement, there is nothing like a complainant withdrawing the complaint. Carolo Mondi, you know that. Where there's a felony, the complainant is the state, and nobody can withdraw a complaint. And I agree that as a house, you should tighten the punishment to these beasts, including but not limited to what one member, Mama Zamzam, suggested. I think, Tongo, you've heard this. You should probably, the leader of majority, inform the various agencies, the DPP, the DCI, Interior, the Judiciary. You know, it's a tap on the wrist. A person has defiled a child, goes to court, and is given a free bond or a cash bail of 500 shillings. It is not on. I think as a house, you should speak in unison and protect families. Yes, Caroli?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. There's just a little element that is bothering me that maybe if I raised, I could get some contributions from the members. When underage children have relationships and the girl gets pregnant and both are underage, it is normally the boy who then gets charged. And the boy is also underage, because that is what the law provides. They are all minors. There's quite a challenge here, I think. Yes, I don't know how we should deal with it, because we are dealing with people who are not adults, but where one bears the brunt of a relationship when a pregnancy arises.
But Carol, statistics show that those are very nominal cases. Most of these girls are impregnated by very senior, mature people. We have had a school in Bungoma, in Mount Elgon, where out of 47 children in one class, standard 8, more than 40 were impregnated. That is not with the fellow students. It is many, I've said it before. If you as a man has a liking for girls in uniform, buy uniform to your wife. And admire her every time she wears uniform. And leave our children alone. Yes, Mbeyu.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Nasimama kuunga mkono hoja iliyoletwa na dadangu Beatrice Kemei, akiwa ndiye women rep wa pekee ndani ya Kenya aliyechaguliwa bila kupingwa. Mheshimiwa Spika, hoja hii imenigusa Mheshimiwa Spika. Nikiwa pale Kilifi, hii shida ni kubwa zaidi, nafikiri kushinda kote. Kuna visa pale Mheshimiwa Spika, nilipoweka mkutano kuhamasisha dhulma za kijinsia, kuna visa tofauti pale vitokelezea, wa baba wanapigwa, na kwa ule mkutano wangu walijitokelezea wakasema, lakini haya ya mauaji, the femicide part, iko sana pale kwetu na ni visa vya kusikitisha. Tukwazia kisa kimoja cha msichana aliyeitwa Kabeyu, jina karibu na yangu. Alitoka kazi, akanunua mboga, akatekwa nyara na tuk-tuk tu. Wakaenda wakafanya walivyofanya, wakamuua, wakaenda kumtupa karibu na kwao. Visa vya kusikitisha, Mheshimiwa Spika. Wababa, watu wazima, wanaitwa mababa sukari hawa. Mheshimiwa Spika, imefika wakati saizi watoto wadogo wanadhulumika. Watoto miaka
hao si baba sukari, hao ni baba sumu.
Zamani walikuwa wanaitwa baba sukari, sasa ni baba sumu. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, watoto wadogo, kuna itikadi nyingine kutoka kwa jamii fulani ati wakitumia hawa watoto wadogo, wakidhulumu watoto wadogo, wanatoa virusi vya ukimwi, ambao ni uongo. Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna hiyo itikadi, wanatumia vitu ambavyo havistahili. Wamama wengi wanadhulumika, watoto wengi. Na la kusikitisha Mheshimiwa Spika, kesi hizi hata zikifika kwa police desk zinakuwa compromised. Visa ambavyo vimetoka kwa watu wa jamii, baba, mjomba, kaka mkubwa, wanaona aibu. Familia wanaambiwa waende wazungumze hizo vitu nyumbani, ni watoto wamedhulumika. Imefikia wakati Mheshimiwa Spika, tuweze kufanya maamuzi ndani ya nyumba hii. Nikikueleza zile visa ambazo zimetokea pale Kilifi North, pale kunaitwa Kiwandani. Mheshimiwa Owen yuko hapa. Ni visa vingi, tunaweza kuhesabu moja baada ya nyingine. Ni masikitiko makubwa. Mheshimiwa Spika, imefika kama kuna adhabu ya kotini. Hatutaki hizi kesi zizungumzwe nyumbani, zifike kotini na hukumu itolewe. Na hatutaki hukumu mtu atoe 500 atolewe beli sijui bond. Vile vile kuna kifungo cha maisha. Vile vile kuna kifungo cha kuteswa, kuwa hanged. Tunataka hawa wanaohusika, vijana. Visa hivi viko mpaka makanisani. Mheshimiwa Spika, sina aibu, mimi ni Mkatoliki, lakini visa hivi viko katika makanisa yetu. Mafadha wanarepu watoto, viko mpaka msikitini. Visa hivi viko katika taarifa zote. Sina aibu kusema hivyo. Tuwatetea hawa watoto wadogo, wa mama ambao wanapitia hizi dhulma.
Mheshimiwa Spika, imefika bunge hili tuweze kutengeneza policy kwa kisa hichi kipata mtu apelekwe kotini, na hii aliyosema dadangu Zamzam iwekwe hadharani. Mtu afungwe kabisa juu ya mti pale, akatwa zile sehemu zake, watu wengine wafanye hivi, visa vitaacha. Iwe mfano tu, kila koti hukumu ikitolewa wakatiliwe mbali kabisa hivi vifaa wanazitumia ovyo kwa watoto wadogo, na vitaacha. Wengine wakiona wababa washindwe katika jina la Yesu wanaotumia watoto wadogo. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Let's end there and go to something else. I think message is made. Yes, Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I know, Honorable Speaker, this has gone really into a big debate. And of course, as well understood. Honorable Speaker, I think we should not end this one here. Because looking, Honorable Speaker, into these figures, it is really a cause of concern. In less than actually 10 months, put together all these numbers, there are more than 100. And maybe this is just Kericho, it could be replicated in the rest of the counties. Honorable Speaker, as much as I know there is other government intervention and to try to look into the curbing this menace, including the task force, I know there was a one-off, some money, almost 1 billion given to our colleagues to carry sensitization, which I know maybe we need to probably give more so that the sensitization goes on. Maybe, Honorable Speaker, I will suggest that so that we go beyond rhetoric and debates here, if we consider creating maybe a caucus in Parliament made up of women, I mean both our colleagues, members of Parliament from women and men, so that we see how we can ventilate and discuss this one more deeper ways and look whether we can look interventions. And of course, even now I know even the training of Ngawa officers to include even the village elders, now that we have a village elders policy, so that, Honorable Speaker, we see how we can really look intervention into this. It is really becoming so much alarming, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Who has a point of order? Kaluma. Yes, Peter.
Honorable Speaker, I tried to catch your attention while Honorable Mbeyu was speaking. Honorable Speaker, the matter we are discussing is a very serious matter. And we are talking of criminals defiling and engaging in gender-based violence. But Honorable Speaker, Honorable Mbeyu has made a statement which is taking this thing from criminals, whoever they are, to blaming Catholic priests without evidence. And Honorable Speaker, I wanted to request that that be exited and expunged from the answer. Whether you are a priest or whoever, if you do this, you are not doing it because you are a priest, you are a criminal.
Yes.
It cannot be deflected to the religion in which we are. Yes. And fathers who commit and devote the whole of their lives in service of faith.
Thank you, Kaluma. I agree. Religion has nothing to do with it. We expunge all references to religion. Criminals are criminals regardless of their religion. Yes, Emasa, I had crossed this river.
Honorable Speaker, you know this is a very serious issue. I just wanted to give some, to put an input to the chair that the support that we were given as women for advocacy against GBV is not sufficient. And furthermore, it's only given to women MPs and county women MPs. But what is happening in counties and constituencies where we do not have women as elected leaders? There is no advocacy. There is no talking about anti-GBV. So if we are to get more support, let's get enough support so that even our men counterparts, colleagues, get money and help us in advocacy in constituencies and counties where we do not have women MPs.
Thank you. Let's go to the response to Joseph Munyoro. Yes, Konzirai.
seeking your guidance because yesterday the chairman Interior had promised to give me a preliminary statement
about the disappearance of somebody.
The abduction of Karisa Charo Mai.
Yes.
On 16th of July, 2024.
Are you ready, Chairman?
Unfortunately, no, Honorable Speaker, I had promised so, but unfortunately the CS, he was out of town yesterday, and I reached out and he says that we give him again
Honorable Samuel Gonzirai.
Yes.
The CS will be answering questions here on Wednesday, so prepare your arsenal for Wednesday.
And again, Mr. Speaker, I think I came to your office because I was seeking also guidance. There was a distress call regarding one who is in Saudi Arabia, Riziki Luvuno, who was actually raised some concern on April 24th, and I raised the question in June. To date, the select committee on diaspora has not actually responded to this question.
Aika?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, but that question was not brought to the committee yet.
You requested a statement?
Yes.
To the diaspora committee?
Yes.
Aika, you check with the table office and respond to that on Tuesday afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Joseph Munyoro, Blue Economy, Kangoko Bowen, are you ready?
Munyoro is in. I don't.
Yes, Bowen?
Oh, yes.
Munyoro is here.
Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on 11th of June 2025, the Honorable Joseph Munyoro requested for a statement about the exclusion of Muranga South Water and Sanitation Company, MUWASCO, from the recent downward tariff review by WASREP, despite having the highest rates in the region. And number two, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member is also seeking the immediate measures being taken by the WASREP to review the MUWASCO water tariffs to ensure fairness and queen in the service provision across the Muranga County. Honorable Speaker, the Water Services Regulatory Board is established under the Water Act 2016 with the principle of object to protect the interest and rights of consumers in the provision of water services. WASREP undertakes this through, among others, evaluating and recommending water and sewerage tariffs to all water service providers and providing the imposition of such tariffs in line with the consumer protection standards, and I therefore wish to respond as follows. Mr. Speaker, the WASREP decision to exclude MUWASCO from the May 2025 tariff review cycle stems from a regulatory and operational complexities in line with the legal provisions, which is number one, the jurisdictional dispute. Mr. Speaker, on 24th February 2025, the Muranga Water and Sanitation Company, that is MUWASCO, submitted a formal request to WASREP to expand its services areas to include the parts of MUWASCO's jurisdictions, which is Muranga Town, Nginda, and the Ichakaki wards. MUWASCO formally objected to this variation via letters on 28 February 2025, that is a reference number MUWASCO / the county .cav/2/47 and MUWASCO / WASREP / 4/24, citing unresolved issues including the human resource realignment, asset liability sharing, consumer connection transitions, and tariff harmonization implication. Section 98(1) of the Water Act 2016 mandates the service area variation require the explicit consent of all the affected licenses. In this regard, the WASREP has not received a MUWASCO consent and retains the formal memorandum of objection, thus preventing any unilateral alteration of service areas. Furthermore, Honorable Speaker, Section 851 of the Water Act 2016 stipulates that water services must only be provided under the license issued by WASREP, emphasizing the importance of a clear jurisdiction boundaries for regulatory oversight. Honorable Speaker, MOWASCO's current tariff is at 107 per unit, approved by the WASREP in 2023, remains valid until June 30th, 2026. This tariff was determined after a rigorous assessment aligning with WASREP's tariff setting guidelines, which ensures affordability. That is, the tariff should not exceed 5% of household income, and sustainability, which is a full cost recovery to operations, maintenance, and necessary infrastructure investments. Regulatory procedures, as guided by the Water Regulations 2015 and WASREP Tariffs Guideline 2024, permits a comprehensive tariff review only upon a formal tariff review application submitted by the water service provider 6 months before the expiry of the current tariff license, there being a deadline of 31st December 2025 for MOWASCO to submit a tariff application review. On question number 2, Honorable Speaker, which is the immediate measures being taken by the WASREP to review the MOWASCO water tariff to ensure fairness in service provision across Murang'a County. Honorable Speaker, the WASREP is actively facilitating the resolution of the jurisdiction impasse through the following multi-pronged approach measures anchored in law and sector-based practices. To begin with, the WASREP has acted the Murang'a County government to expedite the boundary demarcation process. The process is essential in resolving the jurisdiction overlap between the MOWASCO and MOWASCO, and must be undertaken with a full public participation as required by Article 10 of our Constitution and Section 139 of the Water Act 2016, which mandates the stakeholder consultation for significant service and tariff adjustment. Following the conclusion of this demarcation, a multi-sector consultative meeting will be convened to deliberate on the proposed service area variations and the association tariff applications. This forum will bring together the Ministry of Water and Sanitation and Irrigation, the WASREP, the ATHI and the Tana Water Works Development Agencies, the county government of Murang'a, both the water service providers, that is MOWASCO and MUSWASCO. Honorable Speaker, those are the affected, and also the affected communities. Honorable Speaker, the WASREP also providing the technical assistance, both utilities to support the preparation of their tariff renewal application in full compliance with the WASREP Tariff Guidelines 2024. In interim, Honorable Speaker, the WASREP continues to monitor the MOWASCO's operations to ensure adherence to the affordability, sustainability principles that underpin the current approved tariff. And it is important to clarify, Honorable Speaker, that the MOWASCO's exclusion from the recent tariff review process is procedural necessity, not an act of regulatory biasness. The utility existing tariff is at Kenya shillings 107 per cubic meter remains valid and compliant with the Water Act of 2016 and prevailing tariff guidelines. This tariff will remain in force until the review is triggered by a joint application following a jurisdiction clarity. The WASREP commits prioritizing this review as soon as these conditions are met. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, for this context, the tariff structures across Kenya are designed to reflect the unique operational realities of each water service provider, including infrastructure investment requirements, service coverage, and the cost recovery needs. Currently, the highest approved tariff for the lifeline consumption, that is block 1 to 6 cubic meters, is Kenya shillings 300 per cubic meter, while the national coverage tariff for 2022-2025 regulatory period standard is at Kenya shillings 115 per cubic. Thank Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I submit, signed by Engineer Eric Mureithi Muka, the Cabinet Secretary for Water.
Yeah, let me interrupt the proceedings to welcome visiting schools to the National Assembly. Honorable members, in the public gallery are pupils and students of SDA Cap Keringon Comprehensive School from Mosop constituency, Nandi County. They are welcome to the National Assembly to observe proceedings. Is Honorable Joseph Munyoro satisfied with the response?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm not satisfied. And Honorable Speaker, I'd like to know what happens when a question is not answered. Do I resubmit the statement, or do they invite the water service provider so that we can have a discussion? Because I think they completely misunderstood. One of the reasons I'm saying this is simple. I asked what the basis for Murang'a South Water and Sanitation Company, whose tariffs were not reviewed, as they reviewed all tariffs of all water providers in Murang'a County. The reason, one of the reasons, because I think it's not even a reason, it's an excuse, they are saying that Murang'a Water and Sanitation Company, that one provides water in Kiharu region, apparently submitted a formal request to expand their services to Muswasko's territory, whose request Muswasko refused. And based on that, they refused to review tariffs of Muswasko, who is not the offending party. So, Honorable Speaker, I was not asking the question after the dispute was resolved. I was asking the question with the current status quo, that already Muswasko have a jurisdiction. They provide services to residents of Kegumo constituency, Kadara constituency, and parts of Maragua. Why were their tariffs not reviewed without the issue of the dispute? And Honorable Speaker, if you were to wait for the tariff of the dispute to be refused, what happens if it's never sorted? Do they continue suffering? And why are we punishing innocent people? Because residents are not part of the dispute. The dispute is among companies, water service providers.
I've carried for very long.
Two,
I don't know when you are.
They claim that the tariff was determined after rigorous assessment. And I'm wondering whether other tariffs were not. Or if the fact that it was a rigorous assessment, then it's too much work to do the same so that they can review the tariff. And I really need your guidance here, because the issue of immediate measures being taken for them to review, again, they've just taken the dispute and started their explanation with, to begin with, WASREB has urged the Murang'a County government. I mean, Honorable Chair and Honorable Speaker, sorry, you need to let me have a session with this WASREB, because we just need to know, when you ask measures you are taking, you start with number one, I'm doing this, number two, or it's not possible. So, Honorable Speaker, I take great exception to this answer that is half-baked. And I know it's not the chair's fault, but it's WASREB trying to take us for granted. They are discriminating against our people, and it's totally unfair. We are residents, and Kegumo constituency is in the middle of Murang'a County. So you have one neighbor paying 60 shillings for their water, and we are paying 107 shillings. And when you ask that question, we are being told of a dispute. I don't think my question has been handled, and I would like your guidance on whether I need to resubmit or whether they need to be called so that we have a session with them. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The departmental committee chair, are you able to seal those information gaps, or we direct a different approach to dealing with the issue?
The Honorable Speaker, I understand what the Honorable Member is saying, but given what the answers by the CS, you know, the CS is only giving that the reason why the tariffs were not reviewed is because of the jurisdiction dispute. Honorable Speaker, I want to assure the Honorable Member, and also assure you, Honorable Speaker, that I can as well take up this matter, invite the Cabinet Secretary together with the WhatsApp